David Lynch is an American actor, director, screenwriter, producer, painter, musician, and photographer. He was born on January 20th, 1946 in Missoula, Montana. His father was a scientist for the Department of Agriculture and his mother was a housewife and tutor. Because of his father's job, the family often moved. Lynch described how he had a very easygoing childhood and it was essentially the picture-perfect suburban life.
What kind of kid were you? Were you a good student? Were you a pretty straight kid?
I was straight as an arrow.
Mm-hmm. Straight as an arrow.
Yeah.
What sums it up? Straight as an arrow. So at some point you hit your head or something. I mean, something happened. At what point do we sort of, does one tend to veer into showbiz? I mean, straight as an arrow.
I went to Philadelphia.
Oh, say no more.
In high school, he learned to play the bongos and often played at a popular nightclub that the Beat Generation frequented. David Lynch attended Corcoran School of Art in Washington, D.C. and Boston Museum School, then traveled to Europe to find inspiration. After finding none, he returned after 15 days. He held a few odd jobs, then studied at Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Arts and graduated in 1967. In that same year, his first animated film, Six Men Getting Sick, was awarded the second annual Dr. W.S. Biddle Cadwallader Memorial Prize. The Alphabet was awarded an American Film Institute grant and he married his first wife, Peggy. In 1970 and 1979, he filmed The Grandmother, Eraserhead, The Amputee, and begins work on The Elephant Man. Also during this time, he gets divorced and marries Mary Fisk.
Place where you dare not look. You'll find me there staring back at you.
You mustn't speak!
Oh, I'm from all over.
I see you was in the Marines.
Me to meet her at a certain cafe. She said she needed to talk to me.
He'd start talking, you know, real regular. Talking up the crowd. They'd start listening, pushing.
The Guardian describes David Lynch as the most important director of this era. Lynch has created a certain style of film and art that is paradoxical. It is at once easy to recognize and hard to define. There is a term coined to describe his work and works like it. Lynchian, which can be defined as different, unexpected, dream and nightmare like all the same. Lynch uses transcendental meditation in his process of forming artwork. His artwork is different, strange, and takes inspiration from the crime-ridden streets and industrial decay he experienced while living in Pennsylvania.
Where did your early ideas for films come from? When Eraserhead was being formed in your imagination, where were these ideas coming from? And did you have filmmakers in mind that you wished to emulate or take from movies you'd seen as a kid?
No, sir.
Okay.
Ideas are, I think we'd all agree, the greatest things
no question.
Going.
Nothing
And
happens
where
unless
do
somebody
they-
has an idea.
Exactly right. And ideas are sort of closely connected to thoughts.
Yeah.
And the ideas and thoughts are out there, and how do they come to us? It's a mystery. One minute they're not there, and the next minute they're there.
Mm-hmm.
And but certain things trigger these things. They must. And my greatest influence was the city of Philadelphia.
No kidding.
No kidding. Eraserhead was born in Philadelphia.
And
in 2016, he held the Festival of Disruption, which was inspired by the philosophy of transcendental meditation. His reason for the festival was to disrupt the old and, quote, saying, make way for the new, bringing better knowledge along to people. David most recently released Season 2 of Twin Peaks in May 2017, after 10 years from his last film. For much more about David Lynch's work, you can watch Pretty as a Picture, The Art of David Lynch.
Were you interested in the material?
That was part of it, yeah, and the love of the world and the characters.
Which characters stuck with you most in the interim? Was it the same
All
one
of them. They're like family, and the world with them in it was something that, you know, I would think about